Hey yogis and yogis, welcome to Yogana. My name is Anna. Today we're going to be doing a flow for bedtime. So if you're ready to wind down for the night, yoga is an awesome way to just really reset the brain, get it tuned in for a good night's sleep, and just your mind off the day, taking a moment for yourself. So go ahead and hop into something really comfy, nice and warm maybe, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, friends and fam, we're going to get started in a comfortable cross-legged seat. So as always, we're just going to move the glutes out of the way, find a nice tall spine coming to the fronts of the sits bones. And then we're just going to roll out the shoulders a couple times, just releasing all the tension in the shoulders, the upper body, the neck. Switching directions. Good, and then coming back to stillness, we're going to interlace the hands behind the head and get into the neck. So we're just going to open up, fly the elbows open, gaze goes up slightly, shoulders down the spine. And then exhale, bring the elbows in as we round to the spine and then press the neck forward. Inhale as we slowly reopen. Exhale as we close. Inhale, reopen. One more time. And exhale, close. Good. Coming back through center, releasing the hands. We're going to take that right hand, place it down beside us, tall spine, shoulders down the spine, and then gaze is just going to go over the left shoulder. So just really gentle neck openers here. Nothing crazy. Keep that right shoulder down the spine. If you need something a little more intense, take that right hand behind you. Maybe reach over to the left side of your body. That shoulder just naturally drops a little bit more down the spine. Good. Release that right hand if it's behind you. Take the head back through center all the way over to the right side. Keep that left hand down the spine or wrap it behind you, fingertips touching that right shoulder. Good, releasing that left hand. Come back through center and switch the crossings of the legs. So whatever leg is in front, we're just gonna maybe shake it out and then switch the crossings of the legs. So that foot is now behind, closer to your body. We'll lengthen again through the spine. Take the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, dive it down. Find a seated forward fold. Reach as far as your hands want to go. And then just kind of bounce here, rock side to side. Just really start to slowly open up in the low back. Feel those big muscles surrounding the spine open as you sway side to side. Good, and then we'll start to walk the hands in. Come into a kneeling posture. So we're just gonna fly those legs behind us. Tuck the toes here. Make sure all the toes are touching the ground. So this is a really intense stretch on the bottoms of the feet, but it's just really great to counteract if you're wearing shoes all day, just closing in the feet. So keep those hands grounded if it's just a lot for you, which is totally normal. Just keep those hands supporting your feet. But if you need a little bit more, if those feet are nice and open already, we'll walk the hands back. And maybe interlace the hands behind you, pressing those knuckles away, shoulders down the spine. Breathing, taking your mind off the discomfort, the tenderness. If it's too much, just slowly, slowly come out of it. No jumping. This is a really intense posture. One more deep breath. Exhale, walk the hands back in front of you. Again, slowly come out of it. So walk the hands forward, lift the hips, and then unwind the toes, planting the feet. Walking the hands back, hips go back over the heels. Just gonna reopen the ankles, the feet. Let the blood flow freshly through the feet, the tops of the feet, bottoms of the feet, arches. Good. And then we're gonna fly the legs back in front of us, spin them forward, find a wide-legged seat. Both legs are gonna go out nice and wide, not anything crazy though. Just find a healthy distance here. Keep the knees soft. And then reach over to the left side, reaching up and over to the left side with that right hand. Keep that right hip, that right sits bone grounded, that right heel grounded. Just frame that right ear with the right hand. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. And then switch sides. Reach over to the right side. Reach up and over with your left hand to the right side. Frame that left side of the face. Stay grounded with that left hip. And then bring yourself back up again. Good. From here, we'll bring the bottoms of the feet together. Come into butterfly pose. Scoot those heels in close to the body for more opening in the hips, or away from the body for less intensity. We'll go ahead and give ourselves a little foot massage. So lots of feet love just from the day and all the places your feet took you. Massaging out that big arch muscle. Maybe interlacing those fingers in between the toes like you just got a pedicure. As far as they can go, just notice how intense that can be. And if that feels really good, you're welcome to keep your fingers there or keep massaging, but we're just going to also fold the heart forward. So we'll just lengthen as we inhale. Exhale as we fold the heart, pulling those feet with the hands, bending in the elbows. The heart just melts over the feet. Shoulders stay down the spine. Those knees feel nice and heavy, like there's sandbags on the knees so that they're staying open and relaxed. No tension. Good. We'll start to bring ourselves back up. So slowly remove the fingers if they're in the toes. Start to inhale yourself back up. Fly the hands behind you. Plant the fingertips so they're aiming towards you. Close the knees like a book and then heel toe the feet out nice and wide. Keeping the feet planted, the knees wide. We're going to let the knees fall back and forth. Windshield wiper the knees. And then the next time the knees fall to the left, we're going to find deer posture. So keep that right knee kind of in line with the left heel, but there's going to be a little bit of a space in between them so we get that opening in the right hip. So we'll go ahead and lengthen as we inhale and then start to twist behind you. So that right hand goes to the left knee. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. And then stay right here if this feels good. Or start to walk the hands in line with that left hip, coming down to the forearms, softening the shoulders, keeping that right knee grounded. Maybe walking the knee further out if you're not feeling it as much. away from that left heel. Maybe if you have a big pillow or a blanket, this would be nice to just really hold on to that prop here. Just feel nice and cozy. And then inhale, we'll start to bring ourselves back up onto the palms if you're not already there. And then slowly, slowly unwind all the way over to the other side. So let the knees come all the way through center, over to the right. We'll lengthen here again, get set up, find that healthy distance with that left knee, that right heel, ground through that right sits bone, and then lengthen as we inhale. Exhale, left knee or left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand goes behind you. And stay in that twist as long as you need to, or the whole time, or start to make your way down to the forearms. Maybe grabbing onto that prop if you used it on the other side. Soften the shoulders, the muscles in the face. And then when you feel balanced on this side, we'll start to press ourselves back up onto the palms. Walk ourselves through center, unwinding here. Good. Bringing the knees back through center, finding staff pose. So extending both of the legs, coming to the fronts of the sits bones, keeping those knees just a little bit softened so you're not overextending it and pressing the knees too far to the ground. We'll lengthen as we inhale again. Exhale as we fold it forward. So reaching towards the feet. You might not necessarily touch the feet. That's okay. We're working on that flexibility. So we'll just go ahead and release and let time and gravity start to melt the heart further forward towards the legs. If this is just really intense, if you feel your legs tensing up, here's another good place that you can slide a blanket or a bolster or pillow underneath the knees, just feeling that extra support. And props are always a good thing to have. You don't have to have them, but they can come in handy, and they are not any sort of copping out of the posture. They're the opposite, totally giving you that support to get you where you want to go. So feeling that release in the low back, keeping those shoulders relaxed and calm. And then starting to make your way back up. Good, moving into half saddle pose. So this posture again is pretty intense. We're just going to take it nice and slow and give you some modifications so it's not too much to start. So we're going to go ahead and extend that left leg, bend in that right leg, so that right heel is going to go to the outside of the right hip. Scoot the calf out of the way, that muscle just kind of out of the way. And another good way to have a prop here is if you sit on a block, if you have one, with that left hip, that can just really elevate the hips and kind of take that effort, that tension out of the knee. So from here, we're just going to walk the hands behind us. Keep that left knee bent if that helps, or keep it extended. It might feel a little bit more intense if you keep it extended. And then stay up on the palms if this is plenty. We're just getting deep into that front hip and then that quad muscle. And then also opening up in the knees. So again, always a suggestion, but this is a really awesome one for bedtime, just releasing in that psoas, that low back muscle. So if you want to attempt to go ahead and make your way down to your back or just the forearms, that will make you into that full traditional saddle posture. So just taking the arms beside you, maybe overhead, making sure you're not overextending that low back, but there is going to be somewhat of a natural arch in that low back of the spine. And just breathing here, staying nice and calm. Again, not jumping out of the posture if it's too much. Slowly, slowly coming out of it the way you came into it. So it really opens up all those stomach muscles, brings oxygen to all the places in between your organs. A lot of us hold a lot of stress and tension in the stomach. So this is just really awesome to counteract those tight muscles with some fresh air, fresh blood, calming down the gut, the mind before a good night's sleep. Good, we'll start to take the hands down beside us, press into the elbows, press into the forearms, and again, just slowly coming out of it the way you came into it, back onto the palms. Gently re-extending that right leg. Shaking out the knees, feeling the difference in both sides. And then only when you're ready, we'll start to bend into that left knee. Take that heel, place it on the outside of the left hip. Roll the calf muscle out of the way. Stay grounded in both sits bones. And then start to make your way back. So either taking the hands behind you, landing there, maybe even bending in that right knee to ground you a little bit extra with that foot. Or start to make your way down onto the forearms, onto the back. And settling in. Good, and then whenever you feel balanced on this side, we'll again just slowly take the arms back down beside us, press into the elbows, the forearms, press into the palms. Lift yourself up. Gently re-extend that left leg. Shake out the legs. And then I love to finish my day with legs up the wall. Always a favorite posture, just to really calm down the body and mind. So if you have a wall nearby, we're just going to scoot the glutes close to the wall, maybe that left hip beside the wall, and then we're just going to slowly walk the legs up the wall. So if you need to scoot yourself a little bit closer to that space between the wall and the floor, so wherever you need to go to walk the legs up, keep the knees soft. And then just let gravity work the magic. So option, keep the hands wherever they fall. I always like to take them overhead so that heart, those shoulders, that chest feels open still. Wiggle out toes. And then just feel the beauty of letting the blood flow in the opposite direction. And stay here. as long as you need to, but obviously not all night. Eventually just walking the legs back down the wall, slowly coming into your final resting pose, your sleeping posture, and having an awesome night's sleep. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video and feel great, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next flow.